The Syzygy, the aligning of the Hive's 52 moons in their home system millions of years ago. In the new launch trailer, we see a similar image in our own system, the planets unfolding to reveal a lost secret. Today, we are going to further analyze some images from that launch trailer, the Ghost Shell Traveler, the Soul Syzygy, and the plan of the Witness, why the Traveler isn't destroyed in that opening sequence. First up, let's take a look at this image where the Traveler looks like Sagira, or a giant ghost. Now, I wanted to get this one out of the way first because we don't really have any evidence for what this means, but I didn't touch on it in the last video, so let's bring it up now. In my opinion, this is either the Pyramid Fleet doing something to the Traveler, maybe contain it in some sort of field so it won't flee, or the other option, something is happening here that involves the Traveler. All we can do is speculate, but how crazy would it be if the pyramids were just pieces of the Traveler itself? The Traveler was some type of giant ghost and these were pieces of its shell. That sounds crazy, we don't really know what's going on, let me know your thoughts below. Let's next talk about the Syzygy. From the Books of Sorrows we see this text. My father died afraid, not of vile Teox or the helium drinkers, but of his orrery. He screamed to me, Arash, my first daughter, the moons are different, the laws are bent, and he made the sign of a Syzygy. Imagine the 52 moons of Fundament lining up in the sky. It wouldn't take all 52, of course, just a few massive moons, but this was my deepest fear. Imagine their gravity pulling on the Fundament sea, lifting it into a swollen bulge. Imagine that bulge collapsing as the Syzygy passed, a wave big enough to swallow civilizations, a god wave. I have to find a way to stop it, before the god wave annihilates my species. If I could only get back into my father's orrery, I could learn exactly when. So that was from the Books of Sorrow, when Oryx, Xivu-Arath, and Savathun's father thought there was this apocalyptic event called the Syzygy happening, where the moons in their system would align and a massive god wave would wipe all of them out. In Witch Queen, we learned the Witness was actually behind this chaos, telling Savathun of this apocalyptic event so she would dive into the deep of Fundament and become the Hive.
We will tell the most cunning sibling of a cataclysm, a prophecy of great loss. We will feed her fear, her pride. We will say, young Sithona, the end is coming. A great cataclysm, a god wave. In the sky, there is only death, but salvation lies in the deep. Lead your sisters down. Your coming will spare their short lives, and you will be reborn, the Witch Queen, Savathun.
They were tricked. The Hive were lied to.
At this time, they thought maybe the Traveler was the cause of this, but it was the Witness all along. The Krill thought the moons would align and rip the tides apart, creating massive waves from the oceans and destruction. In the new launch trailer, we see this. Some people were referring to this as our own Syzygy, the planets aligning to cause some mass catastrophe. The definition of Syzygy: astronomy, an alignment of 3 celestial objects as the sun, earth, and either the moon or a planet. So, you never know, the Witness with his planet ripping from reality powers could have something planned with a Syzygy, but this is likely the moment the Witness learns something is on Neptune. The planets clear out of the way and all that's remaining is Neptune in the end. This might be the exact moment the Witness has this vision when it touches the Traveler and learns that the veil is on Neptune. Also, a still image around these planets is this one, which looks to be arteries or veins, possibly of the Traveler's pale heart.
The game is over. Do not be afraid. Your pale heart holds the key.
These events seem to happen at the beginning of Lightfall, which is interesting. The witness arrives in some form and touches the traveler to reveal a secret from its pale heart possibly. The key that it needs is on Neptune. So why wouldn't the witness just destroy the traveler here? It's already at Earth, just end it now. Well, there has to be some type of reason the veil on Neptune is so important. The veil was likely used during the first collapse, maybe by Savathun as she knew about it, to hide or send the witness away among the stars. That's what we can assume at least. Unless that thing is destroyed or used by the witness itself to achieve something, maybe the traveler can't be destroyed, if that's what the witness even wants. Others have suggested that the witness could be trapped somewhere and needs to be freed first before the final shape can be achieved. Maybe this is why Callus is sort of the big bad of Lightfall and doing its bidding at the moment on Neomuna. Thanks to what we know from the Witch Queen, the Syzygy was made up by the witness to scare the siblings, but there is a track from Lightfall's soundtrack titled Syzygy, which is interesting. In case you are interested, Sony released 2 of these soundtracks early. You can find them here on YouTube. But the tracklist was also posted and soon removed after, but screenshots were taken and the title Syzygy can be found for one of the tracks. This could be nothing at all, just references to the past, the Hive, and that sort of thing, or maybe it does play in somehow. Guardians have also been bringing up the Unveiling images. This is the cover image for the Unveiling, and that lore book discussed the Winnower and the Gardener, light versus darkness, all of that. So interesting possible connections. Since the pyramids first awoke, the witness has been doing the following, recruiting disciples like Callus, enemies like the Scorn, and even trying to persuade our own Guardian. During Witch Queen, they would search for secrets from our collapse, what went wrong back then, and how could they achieve what they want this time. The pieces have been placed and the plan realized. Callus and the veil on Neptune are needed for the final shape, whatever that may be, and the witness already has this collapsed in its back pocket. Although this may not be our own Syzygy here in Seoul, it could be something way worse. Anyway, Guardians, that's all we got for today's video. Wanted to talk more about the witness, the Syzygy, the pale heart, and some of the images from that launch trailer. If you'd like to see some more Destiny lore and mysteries just like this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.